I'm Paige Ellenberger, and we're so glad you're joining us because tensions are heating up as teams are beginning to feel the pressure of the awaited playoff.
I'm Paige Ellenberger. Thank you so much for joining us on Breeze TV. Check out what time it is. Not only is it 4:37 in the morning, but it's also 14 degrees outside. Over hundreds of Harrisonburg residents and JMU students waited here overnight, and some left with nothing. In JMU, I'm Paige Ellenberger. All of this and more on our festive edition of Breeze TV.
Here's Paige Ellenberger, Paige.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was just a few hours ago.
So, Paige, what you got for us for round number one?
Kurt, I always have little tidbits of information.
I know that, yes. You're your Twitter of yourself. Okay.
I know, it's what I do.
And DocFest.
All of this and more on Breeze TV. Coach and Dr. Chalice McMillan came to the small town tucked in the Shenandoah Valley 48 years ago to start a program the predominantly female Madison College had yet to see.
I came in and I got into the line of people signing up for classes and everything, and I would talk to the men and tell them that we were going to start a football program and that we were meeting at this particular time to let them know about it.
Moving 750 miles away with a wife, 2 babies, and a selective pool of prospective players to choose from wasn't all that easy.
I mean, we knew Virginia, but we'd never heard of Harrisonburg, Virginia. But if Chalice wanted to make football and coaching his career, then we knew this was a great opportunity, and we knew he probably needed to get out of Memphis to do that.
The program stayed at the junior varsity level in 1973 and 1974. Then, in 1975, they had a winning varsity season.
We had to put down the lines and put up the goal post, and that's what I was doing the morning before we played in the afternoon. So that was crazy.
It wasn't just football that took up his time.
I started the men's cross-country program and also the men's track and field.
Over 4 decades later, the athletes are still excited to see his smiling face at practice.
We do the fist bumps all the time. They get to know me.
Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Paige Ellenberger. The North Pole isn't the only place that has igloos. In fact, these ones you'll have to travel south down 81 to Waynesboro. I checked out a special farm with a warm holiday twist. If you're anything like me, you're probably wondering what these igloos are doing in Virginia. Well, Stable Craft Brewery decided it was time to take a unique turn for the holiday season. The list of outdoor things to do in the valley is limited during the colder months. Gabby Samsum and her family traveled to Hermitage Hill Farm for an experience they've never had before.
I knew we were coming out here, but not in an igloo, so I dressed really warm. I even had my earmuffs with me, but they said we were in an igloo, so once I got in here, the earmuffs came off.
The brewery keeps customers flowing in by holding special events all month. Ugly sweater contests, live concerts, decorate a holiday beard, and steal the holiday mug. That one's simple. You buy a beer, you get to steal the glass.
3 standard pints, yeah.
In the Shenandoah Valley, there's a large number of people that think that that they shouldn't go outside in the winter. And I'm a skier. I grew up in the north. I think the season should be embraced, and I think we can embrace it. And we took our property and we decked it out for the holidays.
The igloos are $100 to rent, but $65 goes back to your food and drink order. It seats up to 8 people comfortably, and igloos have a dedicated wait staff for an hour and 45 minutes.
I mean, I feel like we are very important people right now. It's nice not to wait in the crowd. It's very nice to have our own waitress, be out of the cold, out of the crowd. So, warm feelings.
Reporting for Breeze TV, somewhere outside of an igloo, I'm Paige Ellenberger. Freshman starter Michael Christmas was a gift to this purple and gold squad. Let's reminisce on his high school career. As a sophomore, he was the state's 6A Player of the Year. Fast forward 2 years as a senior in the state tournament, the man averaged over 24 points a game, 9 boards a game, and over 9 blocks a game. He had 8 offers, including some from VCU, ODU, and Villanova, but he chose to start his 4-year collegiate career right here in the Valley. Season with the Buccaneers. He was one of 8 coaches to win the Big South Coach of the Year award, and he's the winningest coach in Charleston Southern history. He led the Bucs to the semifinals in the Big South tournament last year, defeating number 10 USC, upsetting number 3 Winthrop, and ultimately falling to Radford late in the tournament. He credits all of these accomplishments to one central thing: faith. He talks heavily about how his walk with Christ leads into his professional career. The one parable he relates his program back to is the bad soil, the thorny soil, and the good soil. He talks about when his players enter the program, they're planted into that good soil, and they grow into the best humans they could possibly be. Kurt, you hit a little bit on the head coach, Bobby Muse, but let's really talk about him. With an overall record of 73 wins, 11 ties, and only 7 losses, what can you say about that? People ask him all the time what the key to success is. He never really knows what to say. He just says creating a winning environment and keeping things consistent. It was just a few hours ago that we saw his daughter, Nikki, grace the court of the Convo for the first time because she sat out due to NCAA transfer rules. She came from Syracuse, however, like you mentioned, she's not the only Oppenheimer to travel some great distance to spend their time in the Convo. Her dad, Josh, was added onto the coaching staff this year, and his path is extraordinary. He spent time with the Nets, the Bucks, and the Rockets, boosting all of their shooting percentages just because he's that offensive magician that you guys were talking about earlier. I love going over to the sidelines before the game just to kind of get a little chit-chat going on with Coach Z. I asked him what the intentions are going into this game. They're both ranked and closely ranked, so at one hand it's a little bit more pressure than the Wake Forest game, let's say. But he said we go into every single matchup exactly the same. It sounds a little corny, but why switch up if it's working? Part of Bryce Williams is definitely stepping into some huge shoes at the Niners program. He's son of the legendary Steve Williams. Now, Steve is the all-time leading scorer with over 2,300 shots made. He averaged 20 points a game during his 4-year career and holds 6 more top 10 school records to go along with it. He was drafted by the Spurs in 1992, but he really made his name in the Italian League. He was titled the New King after winning the Italian League MVP. It's with sadness I have to say, though, Steve passed away last March at the age of 47. So the next 4 years for Bryce will be very memorable ones for sure. Guys.
Paige Ellenberger. Paige.
Yeah, guys, look who I found wandering the halls of the Convo once again. Cam, you came all the way from Florida for one special reason. What was that?
To walk across the stage. Finally got my master's degree in human resources, so I'm really excited about that. Now it's just time to see what to do with it.
Are you excited to be back? How does it feel back to be in the Convo? This time you're not on the court, but you're supporting your guys.
Exactly. It's always a blessing to be here.
Caitlin, so we know you had hip surgery. Can you just kind of update us on how that's going and how you're feeling?
So I'm feeling really well. Everything went super smoothly, and 24 hours after the surgery, I was back in the treatment doing some rehab, and I'm feeling really, really good. So I think tomorrow I get to go back to classes, and then I get to be back out with the team at practice. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And you did tell me pregame that you are eligible for the medical red shirt. How important is that coming forward for maybe another season?
I think it's just awesome because I feel like it gives me another season to be with this amazing team and another season to reach my full potential as a player. You know, as a junior, I was gonna be devastated if I didn't get another season. So I think having that is gonna be just so awesome to come back for another season.
Kurt, Hannah, you guys were talking about all the October birthdays. Caitlin had hip surgery on Tuesday, which was her 20th birthday. Not the most exciting time to be in the hospital, but you did get that lemon cake, right?
I did, yeah. My mom got me a lemon squared cake, and it was amazing. So it was a good birthday.
Okay, happy birthday, and thanks so much for talking to us. Wasn't going anywhere just yet.
Okay.
Coach, it was a crazy first half. There's a lot of whistles. On the other hand, not that many, and it seems like a lot of your players were getting in your head. What did you tell them in the locker room coming out for the second half?
Yeah, I thought we played a good half. I mean, we just got to finish our chances in front of the goal. and be patient. And I think overall it was solid. We defended at a high rate, and it's just going to come down to burying a few of those opportunities.
All right, thank you, Coach. Yeah, on his way over here, too, he was just saying that it would have been a little bit better if they scored, and they were this close to getting that goal.
Welcome to a special election edition of Breeze TV. We'll be live for the next hour, giving you updates on the most important races here in Virginia and from across the country. Our Breeze TV political analyst, Zach Hill, is here with me. Thanks, Caitlin. Brent Finnegan definitely has a great attitude over where you're at. But right now, more results are rolling in, and our Zach Hill is here to cover it. Zach? Thank you so much, Logan. You touched a little bit of how close these races can be, and that's definitely the case for the 94th district. Do you mind talking to us a little bit about that one and the last election that they held? Yeah, Zach, we're definitely going to be covering those races and results as they roll in. But as of right now, our Logan Campbell is back in that newsroom, and let's head over to her to see what more she has found out. Well, thank you guys all so much for joining us in our political coverage tonight. It was a pleasure having our panel of experts, Zach Hill, Logan Campbell, and all of our reporters in the field. And of course, you guys watching. It was all very fun. Thanks for tuning in.